The smoke still rose from the burning scales scattered across the crystalline plaza when Ali found her. The dragon lay crumpled between two towering spires of the Dominion's capital, her magnificent form reduced to trembling coils of pain. 4 tiny shapes huddled beneath her damaged wing, newborn dragonlings, their scales gleaming like precious gems in the harsh artificial light. Lys had been magnificent once. Ali remembered seeing her in the ceremonial flights, when the galactic Dominion still pretended to honor the ancient pacts with dragonkind. Her scales had shimmered with the deep purple of nebulae, and her wingspan could blot out small moons. Now those same scales were cracked and bleeding, punishment for the greatest crime imaginable in the eyes of the Dominion. Birthing female, offspring. They said you were dead, Ali whispered, approaching slowly. His keeper's robes rustled in the sterile wind that swept through the city's climate-controlled atmosphere. The molecular net slung across his shoulder hummed with the gentle vibration of 10,000 Earth bees, the last colony in this sector of the galaxy. Lys raised her great head, one eye swollen shut from the beating. "The human," she rasped, her voice like distant thunder. "They told you to collect my corpse for your insect's nectar, didn't they?" Ali nodded grimly. "Dragon blood makes the finest honey in known space. They said it would be wasted otherwise." He set down his collection kit and knelt beside her massive head. "But I'm not here for your blood." The dragon's functioning eye studied him with ancient intelligence. "Then why?" "Because I know what it's like to be the last of something precious." Ali's hand moved to the molecular net. Through its transparent mesh, the bees moved in their eternal dance, the final survivors of a species the Dominion had declared extinct 3 generations ago. "They think my bees died out when Earth fell. They have no idea I've been keeping them alive in hidden apiaries across 17 worlds." Lisa's eye widened. Behind her, the 4 dragonlings mewled softly, sounds like crystal bells in the wind. In the Dominion's twisted hierarchy, male dragons were prized as weapons, their flames hot enough to crack battle cruisers. But females? Females could think. Females could plan. Females could inspire others to rebellion. "You understand," Lys breathed. "I understand that the Dominion fears anything that can't be controlled completely." Ali stood and shouldered his pack. "They killed every queen bee in the galaxy because queens create new colonies. They beat you because your daughters might someday choose their own mates, their own territories, their own destinies." The sound of approaching hover transports echoed between the spires. The cleanup crews were coming to dispose of what they believed was a dragon's corpse. "You come with me," Ali said, extending his hand toward the massive creature. Lys struggled to rise, her injuries screaming protest. "I cannot fly. My wing—" "I'm not asking you to fly." Ali's eyes gleamed with the same determination that had kept Earth's bees alive against impossible odds. "I'm asking you to trust a beekeeper who's been hiding impossible things for most of his life." He activated a device from his belt, illegal tech he'd jury-rigged from a dozen different sources. A shimmering field enveloped them all, bending. Light and sensor readings. To any scanner, this spot would appear empty, unremarkable. "My ship is 2 kilometers south," Ali said, helping Lys gather her dragonlings. "It has a cargo bay designed for transporting hive clusters. Should be just big enough for a dragon family." "Where?" Lys asked as they began moving through the city's shadows invisible to the security networks. "Where in the galaxy can dragons hide?" Ali smiled, thinking of the secret world he'd discovered in the Veil Nebula, a planet where flowers the size of starships bloomed in meadows that stretched beyond horizons, where his bees had begun to thrive again in numbers not seen since before the conquest. "Somewhere they'll never think to look," he said. "Somewhere that needs protectors who can't be bought, conquered, or controlled. Somewhere that 4 young dragons can grow up learning that their greatest strength isn't their fire, it's their ability to choose." As they walked through the sleeping city, Ali thought about the irony. The Dominion had spent centuries trying to breed the independence out of every species they encountered. They'd succeeded with most, but they'd made one crucial error. They'd underestimated the stubborn determination of beekeepers and the fierce love of dragon mothers. Behind them, the cleanup crews found nothing but empty air and the lingering scent of flowers, a smell that would puzzle xenobiologists for years to come, since no flowers had bloomed on this world in living memory. But ahead of them lay a future the Dominion couldn't imagine, a place where bees hummed among blossoms the size of forests, where young dragons learned that freedom was not a gift to be granted but a birthright to be claimed, and where a lonely beekeeper and a defiant dragon mother would teach the galaxy that some bonds transcend species. Some partnerships once forged could topple empires. The ship lifted silently into the star-drunk night, carrying its precious cargo toward a dawn the Dominion would never see coming.